Well, Bobby, you just beat Tony Ferguson, so I guess what are the emotions after a performance like that?
I'd have to watch the tape to kind of feel emotions. I really don't know about feelings, bro. Everybody asks me about my feelings, you know. It's a performance. I felt like I got pissed. I got dropped in the first round, so I had to play catch up. You know, it ended great. It was a great fight. Hopefully I get that 50 G's. Those are the most important to me is getting my money.
Well, in media day, you said you didn't quite know what to expect from Tony in there. So when the fight is playing out, did anything catch you off guard, or did it go according to plan?
Everything went according to plan. Everything we drilled, everything we saw, he did everything we expected. You know, I didn't know if I was expecting him to be so tough. He took shot after shot after shot. I'm like, okay, he's gonna be here for a while. You know, I was dropping some hammer fist on his face. I'm like, God, this guy's got a rock head. You know.
So I guess when that's playing out and you're punching him both on the canvas and standing, and he keeps coming forward, does any part of you have to maybe pull back a little so you don't gas yourself out in there?
Man, I thought a couple of shots on the ground. I'm like, all right, he's going to start to get ready to kind of go out a little bit. I'm going to start putting a little bit more. But I'm like, oh, he's not going anywhere. This kid's in here. And so I started like, oh, maybe I shot a little too much out of the tank. But no, just pace yourself, find it. I'm willing to dig deep, you know, and my coach kept telling me, show them how crazy you are. And that meant that if we had to go to the absolute death, we went to the absolute death, which was meaning that at the end of the round, I finally caught the choke where I never stopped. I could have easily given up, you know.
Well, speaking of that choke, I think the line for you winning by third round submission was plus 4,000, even as high as plus 5,000.
Holy shit.
So what do you think about those odds?
Holy shit. See, but that's the thing y'all don't know about me. I'm a mixed martial artist. I can do everything. I just choose not to show you the wrestling or the jiu-jitsu because most guys think it's pretty boring. So I choose not to do that. I'm here to show you a bang, you know, show you some action. But he kept trying to force that with me. I think he thought I didn't have those things in my tank.
What do you think Tony should do next with his career? Some people think he should hang it up. Do you think he should keep fighting?
Tony?
Yeah.
What I should say for another man? I can't speak for another man. It depends on what's in his heart and what's his goals, you know. I'm going to keep going until I accomplish my goals. I pay my houses off. I'm debt-free. I have a few $100,000 in the bank. Then I could be done.
So what would you like next for your career in the UFC?
What I like next? I'm not God. I'm just going walking this thing, you know. I leave those things to Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard. They watch the fights. They know who to put in front of me. I don't pick and choose. Nobody calls me out because they know I'm that guy, you know.
Bobby, you know, you can't, like you said, you can't speak for another guy about what he wants to do with his career, but for you, you were just in there with him. Did he feel like a guy who's at the end of his career, if you know what I mean?
I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I mean, he took a hell of shots, and he was still fighting. He was still game. And I felt like maybe it was someone else. Maybe they would kind of slow down and stop. He could have, like, if I think he still got it in him. I would say so. He's got a lot of fight in him, you know. Even when I thought, all right, you're going to start backing up because you're getting hit with some shots, he was still coming at me like, I thought he thought I was going to get tired and quit. But no, that's what tells me he still got so much fight in him. So I wouldn't say give it up if I was him.
When he knocked you down in the first round, was that because you were off balance, or did he just catch you on the way in, or what happened there?
Oh, man, I'd have to watch the tape. Be honest, I felt like it was a good shot, but I didn't feel rocked. I didn't feel hurt or anything like that. Maybe it was a misstep. I don't know. Like, I was like, how did he? But again, it was like I think I was just adjusting to his reach and his length. He has one of the longest reaches in our division. So I'm like, man, how did he hit me with that stupid punch? I was mad at myself when I'm back to the and I sat down. I was like, that stupid punch. I need to get my head more left and right. I don't know how he called me, but it's just so long that just when you think you're out of range, nope. I was like, oh, great. So I had to double up my input and even it out some, you know, where I could say, all right, now it's even.
Yeah. All week long, everyone's talking about, like, oh, Tony does this weird, does that weird. Was there anything he did in the fight that you remember being like, that was weird?
He started trying to do his little, he started doing turning, he started doing that little roll, you know? Those are the weird things about him. The way he ducks his head, like one time he ducked and came under and bow, hit me with his head. We hit heads here too. So those were the weird things about him, that head. He'll whip his head and whip his head. I'm like, oh shit, you know? But it happens. You didn't see me just like the jury for it. I didn't say, stop the fight. I get hit with a head, bud. Like, I'm cut now, but I didn't stop. The fight just keeps going on, brother. I just told him, I even mentioned to him, hey, watch your head, bro. Just keep going. It's just what it is.
I ask you this after every time you fight, but I saw you talking in there to him. Curious at some of the highlights, some of the things you were saying.
I told him watch his head for one. Told him, let's bring that shit. Let's go. I started getting my shit going like, what's up? What's up? You was like, you wanted it? What's up? So I don't know what I said. I got to go back and remember what I was saying. I was saying yesterday to my coach, letting him I'm listening to you guys and what you guys are calling for. I was listening to his corner. I was saying a bunch of stuff. Who knows what I said? I was in the moment.
Hey, Bobby. Yesterday at the press conference, or on Thursday at the press conference, he said, he felt fear on you, and then you got into his face, and we were talking shit. Did that get under your skin?
Did it get under my skin?
Yeah.
I don't know about under my skin, but I'm the type of person that, like, when you say these things, I'm sure as hell gonna make you answer them. And so to me, it was just like, say it now that I'm in your face and you're looking at me eye to eye. Say you saw fear. Tell me. And he didn't say anything. I'm like, where are you seeing? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? And it's not that I don't respect him or anything like that, because it really got me looking like the bad guy, because I'm over there chastising him, yelling at him, and now it looks like you're yelling at our hero. So people even started booing me, It's just like, bro, he started it. I don't start nothing with none of these guys. They all say something to me, and now I come back to finish it, and I look like the bad guy.
Finally, are you down to fight Jim Miller at UFC 300?
Hey, you just nailed it. That is one of my goals. I don't know what it is, bro. I think God's saving that guy. But every time we've been known to fight each other, it's something that happens. I blew my knee once. I made weight on 2 weeks' notice. I make the weight, and after I'm going to see the doctor, I pass out. My lungs fail. My kidney fails. Then I get popped for fucking DHEA for taking a supplement from Walmart that I watched on fucking YouTube. And now I fucked myself for the third time. I'm like, is it just not meant to be? Or is it that God's testing me? It's one of the two. Are you going to keep fighting and try to push through this and say, God, I want to keep pushing back, see how bad you want it? Or is it he saying, don't do it. I'm going to keep cursing you every time. I got to go find out the answer.
Are you done? Sorry. I might have missed when that drop when he dropped you. It looked like when he threw a punch, he maybe did a little trip at the same time. I don't know if you felt your foot get pulled out.
I don't know what happened. I was like, how did he, because I didn't feel like it was a hard shot. Yeah. Trust me, I felt the shot, pal, but it wasn't like I'm rocked. So when I got up, I was like, bro, come on. Like, I am not rocked. Come on.
Well, it's interesting when you get in there. It's one thing to watch him on tape and to see these movements and these things. But when you got him in the cage with him, how long did it take you to sort of adjust to his timing and his movements?
I think somewhere after that shot, because I watched him all the movement. I'm like, the way he moves, and you see coach, you see that little step he does, and you see how he moves and does that and comes in? Oh, we're going to catch him right here. We're going to catch him right here, And so finally, I was able to dial it in. Okay, you go left, you come right, then here you come, bow, It just took about that first shot to wake me up and go, all right, pay attention more, keep the gap more. I was too close to him, and I ended up paying for it.
Well, speak with that gap. It looked like you were really trying to use the kicks in the midsection to try to keep that distance. Was that part of it too? You were expecting him to
I want to eat his body up some, but keep the gap and make him make some mistakes coming across that gap.
And last for me, there were points in the fight where you could definitely see where the crowd was cheering for Tony, but there was definitely points in the crowd where the crowd was cheering for you. I don't know if you could hear them when they were saying Bobby,
Man, Tony and Bobby sound too close. I wasn't sure. I was like, all right, I know for sure I heard Tony, but I'm like, is that Bobby for a second? Because, like, if I hear Bobby, I'll go fucking nuts. But then I wasn't sure because then I think they started battling back. I'm like, I don't know if they're calling for me or him right now, brother. I don't. I just keep fucking fighting,
Congrats on the victory.
Appreciate you, brother.
Bobby in the middle here. I'm Salt Lake City reporter, so I got to ask you. I heard that this is kind of like a home away from home Utah for you. What'd you think about fighting here? Did you feel elevation? And if not, what do you like about this place?
Oh, man, I love this place. When I was in Strikeforce, I started training at Jeremy Horn's Elite. At the time, my dad went to prison, and so he was gone for 2 years, and I didn't have a coach. So they sent me out here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I drove out here too, and I meet this little Mormon chick, and I'm like out here, and I'm like enjoying myself. Like, it's not bad out here, And so I kind of like fell a little bit in love with her, and I started training out here, and it became my home away from home. I come out here, eat sushi with these guys. Jeremy taught me so many different things. Like, I got the chance to work with Matt Hughes. I remember being in a movie theater, me, Matt, Jeremy, and Robbie Lar, and I'm sitting in the back of the car looking at these freaking UFC stars, and I'm like, am I gonna be around? Am I gonna ever be like these guys? So it was my kind of coming out and feeling like, oh, you're gonna be here to stay type of thing. So Utah's been so precious to me. They've done so much. I came out here for a show to just be in the crowd, And people were calling me. I'm like, man, if I could just get a show in Utah, that'd be amazing. And by the grace of God, here I am.
And then elevation, no issue? Like feeling that during the fight?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.